Hi guys, this is Mia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share 7 things that I learned as a 21-year-old living in Dubai. First of all, no one reminds you to do things. It's like when you used to live with your family, everyone reminds you to do this, do dishes, do laundry, stuff like that. And over here, just no one reminds you. A lot of the time, I put my laundry in the washer and then I completely forget. And then one of my flatmates will barge into my room saying, please just take out your clothes, I need to clean mine. And then you're like, oh my god, I literally forgot. One tip I use is that whenever I put my laundry in the washer, I just ask Siri to set timer for about 50 minutes until whatever the time my washer will be off. And then this is how I stay accountable of my things. I literally set timer for everything. Like if I want to do dishes at certain over here, like if you're living with your flatmates, you mandatory have to clean the dishes once you're done while cooking or just eating something. You cannot put your dirty dishes on the countertop, and that sucks because back in India I used to like eat and then just not do my dishes for I don't know until the end of the day, but nobody used to care. But over here it's very strict, and it's that it disciplines you eventually. I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it's very frustrating. And when you're having a very hard time, or when you're just in a rush and you just grab coffee and then you just forget to do your dish, there will be suddenly pictures in the group of your flat, and then everyone will be like, who the hell just kept the dishes on the countertop, it stinks and this and that. So it's just no one will remind you to do all of those stuff. You just have to be accountable. Second is that money goes very fast. Rents, coffees, taxis, groceries, and then like home appliances. So basically, if you're living alone in Dubai, you keep switching a lot of the apartments and partitions because you might be moving too often, or the rental, I don't know, it just work like that. You just have to shift a lot. Some people are lucky they don't have to move, but for me, I've been here for 10 months and I have moved literal over 6 times, and it's just big hassle. And then every time I pay for deposit, and sometimes landlords give the deposit back, but if you're lucky enough, most of the time they just don't give your deposit back. I don't understand why. So it's just so much added money goes out very quickly. Like ever since I get paid, I have to categorize all like my rent, my groceries, my debts. Even I have some debts. I have taken small debts and I have to pay that as well. So it just comes and it goes. And then you'll be like, wow, I just have money to eat food until end of the month, but I don't have money to save enough. So it's just that it just goes very quickly. Third thing is that loneliness is a real thing, a real deal. Sometimes some days are great, but other days you feel just piece of shit. And then you'll be like, what the hell am I doing with my life? And then you'll be like, I don't know when I will see my family again, because I'm not able to save enough to go see my parents and then go back to India for a while just for some vacation. And then it's just a spiral that you have to keep working until you have enough funds to sponsor yourself trip back to your home country. And then you'll be like, I don't have money at all, so I might work a little bit hard, and then during that time you feel lonely. Especially this is Ramadan, and then I don't eventually miss any of the food taste, but I do miss my family and friends, because I know it was such a religious thing that we used to do every year together. And even if I was opening my fast alone, it usually did not matter, because every other day I was with a family member or a friend. But over here, you're consistently alone, consistently breaking your fast alone, waking for suhoor alone, and then doing all this stuff by yourself. So it's a real thing. Fourth one is that you become very independent. This one is self-explanatory, but you learn how to solve your own problems. For example, if something breaks in your house, you will take a literal screwdriver and then you'll just start doing something about it. You won't just sit there. Back in India, my dad used to do everything, like all the mechanic things that you can even imagine. Over here, I am also doing the wiring of my lights. Like, it doesn't matter because, like, who must I rely on? Nobody. Fifth one is that you start protecting your own peace. When you live alone, you will appreciate your time and your space, and you will not allow stressful people entering your own mind or even your space. You'll be like, you know what, I don't need to deal with this bullshit. I just want to be at my own peaceful, grateful life. So you stop allowing people to irritate the hell out of you, and you are just honest with others that I just need some time with myself, and I would really appreciate if you stop bothering me. And I have said that to people, and I don't know how actually, but I was very strict. I was very strict with my boundaries. I was like, if you're disturbing me, I'm not going to entertain this. So do not disturb me. I'm living in my room. If we have some plans, we will go out together. If we don't, just message me. There was this one specific female in my previous flat. She used to knock at my door at 12 a.m. in the middle of the night, and she will be like, oh, do you have this stuff? I was like, to hoot, even though I don't sleep that early. I was like, dude, it's literally midnight. Why the hell are you just knocking at my door? Doesn't make sense. I was like, you did this one time, make sure you never do it again. And after that, she was like, I'm so sorry. You protect your own peace. I got a text message. Let me quickly check. Sixth is that you learn to do everything alone. When I was switching my jobs in Dubai, I had 15 days by myself doing nothing, and all of my friends were working during that time. And remember that I switched to a different new location, and over here I have no one that I know, no friends, nothing. And one friend that I know by chance was back in India during that time. So I was left all alone, and then I was like, what must I do now? And I started cooking alone. I started watching Netflix for a while, and then I was like, I'm so bored, let me just go outside. And that's when I uploaded vlogs of me just going at a random cafes and just working or studying. Or at first it feels strange, but later you just get used to it, and you really enjoy doing all those stuff alone. Lastly, which is the seventh one, is that you grow a lot emotionally. Learn about yourself, your strength. Living alone teaches you who you really are. What do I really mean by growing emotionally is that I had few friends in UAE, and I literally thought they were disrespecting me. And I know some people might compare this to setting up boundaries, but it was really very difficult. Even though we were like all friends, when I separated them, like mentally, I was like, I'm not going to go out with these people. I can't deal with it. And when I was alone in my room, I remember every weekend we used to go out. Every time we used to go out for swimming and stuff like that, I was alone and I felt terrible, but I kept that feeling to myself, and I was like, I need to feel through this feeling. I keep telling this every time in my videos, you can't think your feelings, you have to feel your feelings. And to emotionally grow and move on. So it physically hurts me to not be with my friends, but I did it anyways. I was like, I can't hurt myself. I have to be emotionally mature enough to deal with this. And then I was doing nothing special. I was just in my room staying put. The strength that it took for me to be emotionally mature was next level. Like, I can't even explain it clearly, but when you actually go through those emotions, you will realize how difficult it is, yet you're growing emotionally. Lastly, I want to say living alone is not that easy, and but it really teaches you about yourself and about life. So if you're interested to live alone, or you are living alone, and if you're in UAE, I would really like to know in the comment section down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, then make sure to give a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and share if you like. I love you guys so much. Stay connected with me. I will probably see you guys in the next video. Till that time,